Well, I'm now at Alfriston Forest for the start of day 8 of my 80-mile trek across East Sussex, so I'm sure it's going to be a lot more than 80 miles by the time I finish. Here in Alfriston Forest we've had numerous rescues to deal with, and the rangers have been exceptionally helpful here. We've had several badger rescues, a fox rescue, we've even had an egret that seemed to crash out of a tree apparently, and even a hobby with a damaged wing. So we've got lots going on here. My route today is taking me up the river valley here into Alfriston, across the A27 near Berwick, up to Berwick Station, Arlington Reservoir, into Arlington Village, and I shall finish at Bates Green Farm where the Bluebell Walk is. So I'm now on the River Cuckmere, sort of up from Exceat, halfway up towards Alfriston now, not far from Littlington. And further down the river here, we actually released some swallows for the very first time in August 2016. Previously to that, we'd always handed them over to other rescues because they are very specialist birds. But after some training and a lot of support, we've been able to do them ourselves, and we've done them every year since now. So our team, our care team, are absolutely brilliant at rearing them and looking after them now. So I've detoured off the river here slightly just to acknowledge the Rathfinny estate. Now, we've had several rescues in here. I think it was 2018-19 we had a sparrowhawk and a hobby rescued from here. We've also had leverets and all sorts of other birds which have been rescued from here. And last year the staff here at Rathfinny did some fundraising, and we've been donated an excellent raffle prize for my founders raffle, which is currently taking place. It'll take place throughout this summer and be drawn sort of towards the end of summer. And the main prize is a stay here on the estate, as well as a meal and wine. So well worth entering, and bag yourself a great holiday. And thank you to all the guys here for all of their support. I'm now in Alfriston, got here at last, and we've had numerous rescues over here over the years. We had a grass snake that was entangled in some netting in a garden. That was in May 2020. We also had a little pipistrelle bat flying around in someone's bedroom, and they'd left the windows open, and it clearly was struggling to get out of its own accord, so we had to go and give it a hand. We also had little Megan the dog. I know it's not wildlife, but one of our supporters phoned up really distressed in the early hours of the morning because her dog had got stuck underneath her caravan entangled in netting, and we went out and gave her a hand too. So in June 2012 we had to rescue a hedgehog here in Alfriston High Street. It was in here, fallen down into a little basement area, and I had to literally lie on my belly in order to reach in, and I could only just about grab it, but we were able to get him out. Luckily it's all been filled in now, so it's no longer a problem, but we did have several of them to rescue. Well, I'm now at the magnificent Alfriston Church. They call this the Cathedral of the Downs. An amazing place. Now, we had a snipe that had to be rescued here, seemingly very stunned, which actually made itself into the church. But whether it must have flown into something. We went down there and rescued it. That was in December 2019, and it only stayed with us for a few days before we were able to bring it out fit and well and healthy again and get it released again. Well, the river here today might not look like much and it's fairly narrow, but when it's flooded and at its full potential and speed, the whole valley here is full of water, which makes it exceptionally difficult when you're trying to catch injured wildlife. Now, we had a swan just the other side of the bridge here that we were called to rescue. Now, that was in, I think it was November 2022, if memory serves me right. And it took us several days to catch the swan because the water was quite flooded, it was quite fast flowing and just too dangerous for us to get anywhere near. And of course, every time we went up the little bit of bank that was not covered in flood water, the swan would just enter the water and swim away, and we just had no chance of catching it. But once the flood water started to recede, we managed to send a team out with water rescue gear and actually catch the swan and bring it into care. But we also had a cygnet that had to be caught here after one of its siblings got run over and whilst its family was crossing the junction just down the road here. But unfortunately a car came shooting round the corner and killed one of the cygnets. And luckily most of the family escaped, but one cygnet went back in the opposite direction and was completely separated from the parents because of the road. So we had to send a team down here. Keith and I came down with water gear in order to rescue the cygnet and then reunite it with its mum and siblings. I'm now at Berwick Church, and here we're in the churchyard. My family grave's actually here as well, and the murals inside the church are absolutely stunning, so it's well worth a visit if you get over this way. But we've also had a rescue here, and I think it was February 2019 we had a sparrowhawk that hit one of the windows and needed attention. I'm now near Berwick Station, and in 2011 we had a barn owl here that had flown. We believe it had possibly flown into something. Yeah, another stunned casualty that again came into care, but it was also very, very underweight. We're at Arlington Reservoir now, and we haven't got too much further to go for today, but we've been to several rescues here. We've been to various geese rescues, including one in September 2017 that was freezing cold, really, really underweight. Are you with us? You are as well. Onto the grass. How you doing? No. Yep. Here you go. And that one over the top of him. So that's Arlington Church I've just been past, and I'm heading over towards Bates Green Farm, home of the Bluebell Walk. We've had a few rescues in this area. We've had a barn owl that came in with an injured wing, and we've also had a nestling buzzard as well. We haven't had many nestling buzzards come in total, to be honest, but yeah, we had one from not far from the village here. Well, there we go. I'm now at Bates Green Farm at Arlington. This is at the end of day 8 of my walk. And yeah, it's been a delightful walk today. Really enjoyed it here. I'm going to finish off with just mentioning a huge thank you to John McCutcheon and everybody at the Bluebell Walk. We did an amazing fundraiser here last year as part of the walk. And we're going to be back again this spring. So the Bluebell Walk starts on the 4th of April this year, and it's open daily from 10 till 5, right the way through till the 8th of May. Now I think we're coming in towards the end of April, early May, I believe. But check on our website, on our social media, and you'll find more information about when we're going to be here. So please come and support us, support all the other charities that are going to be coming here as well. Would be amazing. That's it for me today, and I'll see you next time. Please support me, please like, please share, and encourage everybody else to as well.